We are live.
Oh, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to another Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already. A Thursday Cuppa Club with myself and my lovely friend Kirsty from Christchurch Dermisvar.
Hello.
We're here talking about all things positive, engaging, and come along, get involved. We're on we're on my page, Kirsty's page, and the small business stand together group, because in the beginning of the first lockdown, myself and Imogen set up a little Facebook group to support lots of local small businesses to network, to help each other, to collaborate, to just help each other. Really, it's a lonely place to work on your own. It's really good. So we're broadcasting that as well. So come and get some inspiration.
Woohoo! Can I just say as well, from that group, I have met some amazing people as well. So, and we're really following each other, really supporting each other. So that group was awesome. That kind of kept me going really during lockdown.
I know. Well, you know, my instinct was just to help people, and I just thought, let's organise something. Let's get everyone together and let's just support each other. Let's help one another in any way we can. We've all got lots of different skills, lots of things to bring to the table. It's just great to help one another. And now we're in the second lockdown. Oh, I think we lost Kirsty. Now we're in the second lockdown. It's nice to reinvigorate that as well. And this was Kirsty's idea of bringing in. Of starting. There you're back.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. See, that's what happens on that. I actually, do you know what I was doing? I was trying to press the button to see if I could see the comments, and I lost you. I was like, oh, where have you gone? Where have you gone, Jenny? Do you know how I would? What do I click on to see the comments?
No.
Last time.
I can see them. I can see them all. But if you keep an eye on your page, and then you might see someone there. But say good morning. Yes, I was just saying how we want to reinvigorate that kind of atmosphere with lots of other people. Well, not just people who work for themselves, but people who want to just support each other and be positive and create more of a kind of community. And
absolutely. So our guest today is called Kirsty. Great name. And she will be talking all about the Juno way. So I don't know if you know a lot about it, Jenny. I've kind of followed Kirsty through the group, the positivity group that you just mentioned. Yeah. And so I met Kirsty through there, and she's just starting up this new thing. And we'll kind of let her tell us all about it and how she went for it really. So. Yeah.
We were just talking briefly before we came on live, and it sounds really, really interesting. What she's done, and she's talking about one of my favourite books ever, which I just love. So we're going to bring on. Should we bring Kirsty in?
Yeah, let's bring her on. Yes.
I just want to say good morning to everyone. Good morning to Emma, Katie, Jane, Chris, Amy, Nicholas,
guys.
Joanna,
comments for some reason.
Katie. Good morning, Kirsty. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are you?
All right, good. Yeah, I'm camped out in the bedroom. Now everyone's back working from home. I've been kicked out of the rest of my house.
You know, my husband is in the bedroom at the moment, and he's taken over my dressing table, and he's turned that into a proper desk, and there's a computer and everything on it. My hairdryer's just like literally pushed to the side, and I'm like, oh. It's literally like paperwork everywhere in a bedroom. It's great. Yeah.
Just go to bed at night. It's like whoosh, that's what we have to do now as well. Yeah.
So, can you introduce yourself, Kirsty, and kind of tell us what's happening with you right now?
Yeah. Okay. Cool then. I'm Kirsty. Bournemouth. And yeah, you just mentioned the Juno way being my new project. So it started about 7 years ago. Nearly 8 years ago now. And I started a hypnobirthing course when I was pregnant with my eldest, Alex. And it kind of grew from there, really. It started as a passion. I was totally passionate about hypnobirthing. It worked. I had a completely pain-free, amazing, magical, beautiful birth. And then I became really frustrated because no one else was doing the same thing as me. So I just kept doing other mum stories of, lots of interventions, the kind of beautiful, magical experience that I'd had. I was like, oh, this is really annoying. And it kind of just burnt away. And there was nothing I could do about it for a while. And then when I was pregnant second time around with Maya 3 years ago, I thought, I'm going to do this. The minute that she's old enough that I can put me first again and maybe move forward in a new career, I think this will be it. And funny you were saying about lockdown and how keeping you sane with all these other Facebook groups. Yeah, we met on that Facebook group. I kind of got into a few others, threw a few out because they really weren't doing anything for me. You know, you just click with a group of people, and there was a couple I clicked with, and that's where I got introduced to the book that Jenny was just referring to, the Simon Sinek book. There was Start With Why, Finding Your Why, and it made me realise that you should really do what you really want to do, and if it's what you really want to do, it becomes a career, and then everything else follows on from it. Whereas it's always been the other way around. You know, you find a job, do something, and then you have to fall in love with it. So it all started there really, and that period of lockdown and the summer actually, and I just spent a lot of time with my children, and I had to have some kind of adult like conversation at the same time. And these things, I walk around with these all the time. These are my absolute lifesaver, Audible and these.
Yeah.
I can still, because these are bone conducting, I can still hear my children should they need my assistance. But listening to audiobooks is that. There's Jen Sincero as well, who you know,
I listen to her stuff too.
Yeah, so that was the How to Be a Badass and Make Money.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm going to have to write these down, guys, because I'm going to have to seriously start catching up, because
I feel like I've missed it, because every time I get to a book and everyone's like, yeah, I've read that, and I'm like, why haven't I?
Yeah, no, I feel like that's me most of the time. I'm like, what book's that? And it's been out for like 5 years. I'm like, really? So, Kirsty, at what point did you think, right, that's it, I'm going to go for it now? What was there like a certain day? What happened that you kind of thought, right, that's enough's enough. I'm just gonna plunge and do it.
It was probably down to someone else actually, and it often is, isn't it? It's that other person that says, well, why aren't you doing it? Like, of course you can. So I'd had to learn a lot more about social media. When we went into lockdown, I had to take my current franchise kind of online, and it was kind of learning all of this new stuff. And I loved this. I loved it. I loved this being social online, you know, from my bedroom with a cup of tea, or the garden, or the beach hut, you know. And I was like, I was loving chatting to all these people. Lovely Emily and Alan from Yellow Tuxedo were probably, I know, so they taught me everything I need to know about being visible digitally, and that's where the Juno way needed to start. Really, it needs to become the voice of hypnobirthing for everyone. It's still just not heard about enough, and it's still not got quite the oomph it needs to have, I think. And
Sorry, I was just going to say, I never heard about it at all, and I was pregnant with my first 8 years ago, and it was my cousin who, I think she visited me, and she left me a CD, I listened to it, and I was a bit like, really? And I listened to it a few times, thought, well, it can't do any harm, so I kind of listened to it, and during labour, oh my God, it helped me so much. Helped me so much. And I don't meditate, I'm just not that type of person. But oh my goodness, that helped me through 2 labours. And when someone would have said to me beforehand about it, I would have been a bit like, okay, well, that's your thing, that's fine, it wouldn't work for me. But yeah, I know personally that helped me through 2 labours, and it was amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just get so cross. You know, you watch film, you watch the telly, and it's just women screaming. And I'm not saying that you're not in pain when you're in labour, that, you know, for those people, but it's because of the fear, and it's because of what you do to your body. Because actually, if you just let yourself go with it, it's actually your fear and your tension that causes the pain. It's not the labour itself. Our bodies are made to give birth. You know, that's what we're, you know, and it's when you compare yourself to animals, you know, other mammals, You know, they tend not to howl out, they just curl up, stay quiet. And it's, yeah, we all need to get back to that. And it's the media and just what goes around. You know, I even talked to my 12-year-old niece, and she's like, "Oh, I'm never giving birth. It's gonna hurt so much." I'm like, where have you even got this from? Like, how do you even know that? It's just what we're made to believe.
Yeah.
And it's not really based on anything. And we just need to change that narrative. So it needs to be starting from young children. It needs to be that childbirth isn't that painful experience and needs to be in hospital.
Yeah.
So,
so have you had a lot? Sorry, Jenny.
Oh, I was just going to say, when I had my daughter, she's 8 now, but when I had her, I hadn't done any kind of hypnobirthing or anything like that before, but I am quite a spiritual person. I do like, well, I didn't then, to be honest, but now I do some relaxation, meditation, that kind of thing for myself. I find it very helpful, but I certainly didn't then, sort of 8-9 years ago. But I found, like I said, I was in quite a lot of pain, and because it's the first time I'm doing it, you didn't know what the hell was going on, and being in a lot of pain is very, very frightening, isn't it? It's very scary. And I was in hospital. I hadn't really been in hospital before, really, until then. I was in labour ward in Southampton, Princess Anne, and it was all very scary. And I was scared. And it all went fine. It went absolutely perfectly. And then Toby, my son, again, still didn't do any hypnobirthing, but I then got my brain in gear and thought to myself, right, don't panic. You can do it. You've done it before. It'll be okay. Every contract, just breathe and just visualize and focus. You're going to be fine. You're okay. You're perfectly safe. I literally just talked to myself through it. And it was like so much better. I wasn't frightened or anything, but just did my own version of it. But I found it so interesting. I'm not doing it again, but if I was, I would certainly love to do something like that. It's definitely worth it. There's so much. The power of the mind is so incredible, isn't it? I talk about it a lot in my fitness and everything as well, but the power of the mind is just incredible, and we just need to take control of a few things, and like I said, not make narratives in our own head. We can do that on all sorts of things, can't we? Not just having children, but on lots of things. We can tell ourselves all sorts of stories why we can't do something.
Yeah, absolutely. And I noticed Chris Mooney's actually in this morning, like watching this. Hello, Chris Mooney. So yeah, I love listening to Chris's like YouTube, and it's all about mindset, isn't it? And that's exactly what it is. Visualization, mindset. But yeah, with the hypnobirthing, it's just in our culture to assume that childbirth is a painful thing that needs a lot of medical intervention in it, and it really doesn't need to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, Emily was that person that gave me that kick up bum to start shouting about it. I was like, no, I'm not meant to do it until Maya's at school. Like, this is next year's project. And she's like, just do it now. Just do it now.
So what would you say, obviously with people at the moment, obviously the times we're going through, there's been a lot of redundancies. You know, there's going to be lots of people going, what am I going to do? What do I do now? You know, what would you say to people who kind of want to take that plunge to maybe kind of have a career change or kind of work for themselves as well? I mean, what would you say to them to
read Simon Sinek? Probably.
Everyone out there, Kirsty, you need to get on me. What you should do is we have a club reading list.
Instead of tea, can there be wine?
Let's do a nighttime one with wine and books.
Can we just mention as well, mine and Kirsty's matching kind of cups?
I know, you do your cups. I've got my green smoothie again.
Loving the matching cups, Kirsty. Brilliant.
I don't know. Do you know what? I've loved these couple of little Facebook groups that I've got into, and like surrounded myself with other people that are in a similar situation, but positive people, and people that you get some value, some benefit from, should we say. But I can also give that as well. So I often thought working on my own I wouldn't like it. I would be too much on my own. And I can't believe how much I don't feel on my own in this world. My other half doesn't really know what goes on every day, you know, but I feel like I've got another little world of people out there that do. And I feel really supportive in it. So I definitely think find that kind of support network. And it doesn't always have to be people you actually know in real life. We're all learning, aren't we, that the social media platforms are out there to benefit us. They're not evil and horrible, and we're not all going to turn into hermits. But to use them for your benefit, find that support network, and start listening to positive things in your ears all the time. Podcasts on whatever chosen industry maybe it is that you want to go into, and don't compare yourself. So I'm saying it, I need to probably practice it a bit more. You do fall into that. You try and do market research and you end up just comparing yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it's quite difficult, isn't it, not to compare yourself until you say, right, no, stop, I'm completely different to them. It's good to be different, isn't it, and come up with different ideas. But you said about the support kind of bubbles. I obviously working just solo. I can talk to my husband about it, and he's really, really, really good actually. He'll give me lots of good advice. But the people that do surround me, my kind of network bubble, are people like Emily and Alan, like Yellow Tuxedo, are kind of, I'm on another group called Salonology as well, and they're just so supportive. And you've got other people in the industry as well that kind of come up with ideas, and sometimes I post on there thinking, I'm not sure what to do about this, can you help me? And then I get lots of advice. So I definitely think support and networking is definitely key, and definitely podcasts as well. So I've been walking Coco quite a lot recently. I think that's now she's getting really excited when I used to hold her lead up. Now she just looks at me from my bed. She's like, "What again?" I'm like, "Go!" So literally, I just put my headphones in and I'm listening to podcasts all the time, and it's just so inspiring and positive, and it really helps, doesn't it? It really does help.
And little things like this is a quick half hour out of someone's day after you've done the school run and you've done a bit of work. It's And the thing about having the headphones on is, I'm sat down obviously looking at my laptop today, but I quite often, you have to multitask as a mum. You achieve nothing if you just did one thing at a time. So I'd often be listening to this, replying to some messages of clients, and cooking dinner at the same time. So the headphones, oh my God,
I tell you what, I've got those. I'm a bit of an Apple fan, really. I've got those Apple AirPods, and do you know what? I got them. I have about a year. And, I think they revolutionized my life because I listened to the audiobooks. It's been a long time since I've just watched TV that's on. I now only watch or consume media that I want to consume for a reason, like it's inspiring, it's motivating, interesting, or entertaining. It's that as well as having a laugh. I do like watching Netflix, and I watch a few things on there, but I do quite like sitting watching Benidorm sometimes, just a bit of relaxation.
Love Benidorm. Do you know what? I'm going to tell you a little secret now. You've just brought up Benidorm. So whenever we're on holiday, which was a while ago now, but whenever we're on holiday, there's always someone who reminds you of a character out of Benidorm. No matter what character it is, there's always one person. It might not be the first day that you're on holiday, it might be the last day, it might even be at the airport, but there's always one person, and me and my husband always look at each other and go, Benidorm. And that's all we say. And it's just so absolutely. That's just a program where you can just watch and just laugh because it's just,
but it's like it's important, keep your energy protected, isn't it? Your energy and your time protected, of not letting other people bring you down, supporting yourself with the positive people and listening and consuming media that's positive, whether that's on social media, which isn't all bad. Like you say, this is a great way of communicating, getting a message out there, how you can help people. It's a great way. And again, I love listening to audiobooks. I think we're going to go very well, Kirsty, if you listen to the same kind of books. I love that Simon Sinek. And the other one I've been listening to is Atomic Habits.
James Clear.
Yes.
Again, guys,
James Clear.
You need to message me.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? It's just...
And you have to sign up to the James Clear newsletter. So I don't think I've ever recommended anyone sign up to a newsletter. We probably get too many. But I love his weekly newsletters. They're just really clear, really thought-provoking. Just a couple of little things. It's 321, and shared it with people. And I love it. It's just a little
Instagram. Yeah, he posts all his Instagram is full of little quotes from his book and things. But thinking, listen to the I listen to the audiobook on Audible as well, and I do sometimes buy it as the actual books. I like to highlight stuff and note things, so I use it for some of my content and things. But it's just incredible, isn't it? It's Atomic Habits is just, especially with what I do as well, with fitness and health and in your own productivity and self-development, Kirsty, you've got to be on these books.
I need to be on this, guys. I really do. Message me just I need to get on it.
I reckon it's probably stuff that's not, it's all quite common sense, but I think it's the way that it's put together, packaged together, that can be quite inspiring, and make you think about it. And I think the other thing that like brings it all together for me was I was introduced to journaling, and it's something I'd never done before, and it took me quite a while to get into it, and I'm still not a daily journaler. Everything you soak up and all the good stuff, and then all the crap as well, it's writing it down, and it brings a little bit of clarity. So sometimes at the end of the day, you feel like you're all in a tiz. You know, you've got good stuff that's happened, bad stuff that's happened, and the journaling aspect has really put it down. And I often, if I listen to something that's motivated me quite a lot, I'll have to jot it down, pop it in my journal. So
I'm such a pen and paper person.
Me too. Yeah.
I love a to-do list. I just love it. I can't. I do bits on my phone, but I'm a bit of old school as well, because I have a paper diary, and then I have an online diary as well, where my clients can book in. But I can't get rid of my paper diary. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I have notebooks that I have all my ideas in, all my plans, or just like you say, just jotting a few things down.
And post-it notes as well.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Love a post-it note.
Paper. No. Got me back together. Otherwise it's gone. Actually, Trello boards were a new thing that were introduced to me. I'd never heard of Trello boards, and then you keep hearing
yes.
I was like, oh my goodness me. So it's like serious Pinteresting kind of.
There's an app you can get of Trello as well, and I didn't really get on with the app. Again, I'm a paper person, so I just wrote it all down, massive bit of paper, and it's in my kitchen, and just to-do list, and then I just go along and tick it off, and do like Trello, like the idea of it all. Absolutely brilliant. I'm not seeing any comments, Jenny. Is there any comments?
So we've got lots of comments. I can see them all here. So I'm just going to run through them all. Yeah, lots of people are watching. Becky Bryant's watching.
Hi, Becky.
Our friends from Yellow Tuxedo are watching. Danny Tucky's watching from custody, but he had to go. He said, well done to all mothers watching. Danny Tucky. He's watching from custody. He's had to go now, but he said, I've had to go. Well done to all mothers watching. Watching my wife give birth 3 times made me so proud. At the same time, I was in such admiration. Thank God I'm not a woman. Have a great day.
Oh no, turn that around. That's not thank God. You've missed out.
Here we go. Can you see that?
Oh, I can see that. That's come up now.
Danny Tucky. That's Danny Tucky, right?
Oh, amazing. Thanks, Danny.
Your friends, Chris Mooney, silently lurking.
I
know mindset teacher. It really is, isn't it?
Oh,
mindset is massive for lots of things. Loving the matching mugs. Becky's suggesting Cuppa Book Club.
Yes, let's get on it. Who else wants to join us on the book club?
Who else is up for a book club? Chris Mooney's got some recommendations here. Great podcast recommendation. Haven't come across it yet. Brené Brown, Unlocking Us.
Okay. Another one to add to my list. Amazing.
Katie loves Benidorm.
Yes. Love Benidorm. I love it.
Becky's got a good point here on social media. Only bad if you're allowed to be. It's like anything negative, you have to cast it out and find the good. Yeah,
absolutely. It's kind of who you follow as well. And also, can I just mention as well, so do you know these kind of messages you get with a loop following? Have you ever had them where it's like you know what I mean, don't you, Kirsty? Literally, you're sent it saying, let's support each other, follow these 5 kind of Instagram accounts, and they'll follow you back, and so on and so on. So I just need to stress how bad that is for so many different reasons. They will be people who generally wouldn't be interested in what you're doing. having like major loads and loads of followers isn't always a great thing. It's always
No.
good to have a small pool of people who are genuinely interested in following you and that are interested in what you are doing. And vice versa, really. When you've got like a massive big crowd, your post can be lost. So I had one this morning saying, you know, follow these 5 accounts and they'll follow you back. And one of them was in Hong Kong. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But, you know, support locally as well. That's like a massive key factor.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So again, it's down to who you're following, and, you know, kind of if you want to build your business up, you've just got to have a look at it from that angle, really. So
yes. It is. You're right. It's pointless having, you know, millions of followers, but yeah, they need to be kind of relevant, don't they? Slightly, even remotely interested.
Yeah.
In what you're doing.
That's it. Absolutely.
We've got a comment here from Katie as we bring it up. 100% agree. Pain comes from resistance and fear of something, the medical and physical. Great advice. I say this all the time. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I said before, before I was pregnant, I had heard of it, but not a lot. Is there more out there now, Kirsty? Do you think that kind of there's more information out there, or what would you say?
I think the sad thing is that there's information out there if you go looking for it. I still think it's just not quite out there. And most people that have found it have had it as a recommendation from someone. So it's actually Imogen that told me about it. And I used the same hypnobirthing teacher. It's still just not the norm. And it seems to be, this is 10 years on. And I feel like 10 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Nothing. And there's some celebrities that have done it. Kate Middleton, you know, that was.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, apparently so. But it's still not the big thing, and it's the biggest thing that I think I've ever done in my life is bring a life into the world, and I just feel like it should be a little bit further on than it actually is at the moment.
I think the growth of that is going to be huge. I think so. The whole kind of growth in the last kind of 10 years, more the spiritual side of things, of the kind of the apps. I listen to the Calm app for do meditation, and there's others as well, isn't there? But those kind of things are massive. The growth in that industry is just huge. More and more people are interested in it. Thinking about it, becoming more spiritual, finding ways of switching off, relaxing in everyday life. And I think that's an extension of it, isn't it? Of that type of thing. So I think it's definitely much more going to be much on the increase as well.
Absolutely. I think you mentioned about switching off, Jenny, and I think that's a massive importance of switching off, because Kirsty, you mentioned obviously multitasking as a mum, you're kind of doing everything, and I find that, I mean, I'm very routine to the point where I might be a bit too much routine, as in, if it doesn't go in a routine, I feel a little bit funny. I feel a bit like, oh, what, that shouldn't be happening like that because we're in a routine. And I deal well with change, but it takes me a while. It takes me a while to get there. And I think it's very key to have that kind of switch off from work, kind of let's chill out a bit now. And you know, I think some people it's really hard to. But yeah, I definitely think that's definitely, you know, and we all need to do is switch off from time to time and look after ourselves as well.
And switch off without a glass of wine as well. Not that I don't enjoy drinking wine, and I definitely do. But yeah, I definitely think it's a bit of a trap that you can fall into, that you think that the glass of wine is the key to going from this job to relaxing. So it's definitely
my downfall is Diet Coke. Sorry, Jenny.
Yeah, Diet Coke's not good, Kirsty.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? We went to the Oaks last year, and I remember ordering a Diet Coke and just looking at you. You're like,
no, don't.
But I was like, but I love it so much. I would actually prefer a Diet Coke than alcohol, to be honest with you. I get a can of Coke out from the fridge. I'm like, shh. I even go around to my friend Kim's house, and she'd be like, Diet Coke in the fridge. I'm like, yes. You know, so I really need to get over that a little bit. I need to kind of,
You know, people say that about, and you know, it's not great for you, but lots of things aren't great for us. You know, I like chocolate and biscuits, and I like wine. I have a small glass of wine most evenings, actually. But you know, too much, too little of anything is going to kill you, and that includes water, and that's the healthiest thing on the planet. So,
yeah.
you know, what you like is fine.
Yeah. I'm good with my water. Whenever anyone comes in for a skin treatment, I'm like, make sure you're on top of your water. They even message me going, "Drunk so much water today," and I'm like, yeah. So I do make sure during the day it's, you know, a cup of tea, and then the rest of the day it's water, and then Diet Coke in the evening.
Yeah.
Well done, I've survived with the kids.
Made it. Oh, hang on, Emma's
I've
talking.
made it. I've made it.
So, coffee for Becky.
Coffee for Becky. Yeah, no. Didn't they do a poll of what won, tea or coffee? I can't remember what it was now, but I'm definitely a tea person. Definitely.
Yeah. Emma's all the way.
All the way. Emma actually bought me a really nice gin for my birthday in July. I can't remember what one. I've still got a little bit left actually. It was really lovely, really nice. Fruity one. It was really lovely. So, Kirsty, how can people, if someone is with child, pregnant, about to give birth, or kind of thinking about starting a family, how can they get in touch with you?
Where am I? The junoway.co.uk is nearly up and running, but it's got some details on there. Yeah, Junoway, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, the usual.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And they ask you lots of questions and advice and
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
thank you, Kirsty. That's really good to join us this morning. It's really interesting talking to you, and lots of interesting chats there, isn't it, about podcasts and books, and so interesting listening to what you do and how you help people, and doing something you love as well. You know, just doing something that fits in with your life, fits in with your family. Because we love our work, don't we? Do things that we enjoy as well.
I think, you know, you kind of, I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but if you do something you love, you don't feel like it's work. And
exactly.
I definitely think that is, I think that's key, really. It was Copperberg mixed fruit gin. Yes, it was, Emma. Yes, it was. And it was blimmin' lovely. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, ladies. It's been amazing.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we are back next week, aren't we, Jenny?
Next Thursday we are, yes.
9:35.
9:35.
So very quick again, because this week has flown by.
I know.
I'm sure it will fly by again. But yes, thank you so much.
All right then. Thank you, everyone.
Have a lovely day, everybody.
And you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.